Here with Jon McMillan, just a few days after completing his solo ultra. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey Tom, how are you? Good, thank you. Yeah, very well, very humbled, and yeah, happy to talk.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, so obviously a lot. I spoke to you at the beginning of your run. I've known you, got to know you over the last, I guess, 9 months with your training for this and your fundraising for this, and also this Bali Hope Swim Run. So,
Yeah,
you're pretty, you're pretty. This was your first ultra, but you're a pretty
yeah,
decent athlete. I mean, you've so I can't say that what you've done was like a massive personal transformation, but hey, I was just blown away by what you did, and just love to hear about how the journey's been for you. You know, the journey of
yeah,
your training and the day itself, and.
yeah. No, definitely. So yeah, the journey was crazy. It was so weird. So the whole running journey started from a mate of mine that you know as well, Josh. When I went to the Philippines with Joshy, yeah, he just told me about Bali Hope, and then I was like, oh, this is cool. Going through a bit of a rough patch in life, and I was like, man, what can I do to get out of this? And then running came about in it, and then from then, running just like revolved into this incredible thing. And then as soon as I found out what like I can do physically, it wasn't even so much that, it was just more the people I started meeting. So I came across like obviously Josh, and then I came across Sean Bell, which is another just incredible human being. So me and Shawnee have been really close now. We talk, every couple of months, check in on each other. So
Wow.
the journey for the whole running community has been huge. It's been great.
So hey, wow, that's fascinating. So you must have gone on Josh's Shargaz session
Yeah.
this time last year, kind of.
Yeah, it was in April last year is when I went on there, and that's when I kind of committed to myself to be, like more of a full time runner, I guess you could
Okay.
say.
You clearly had a sporting background. It's not like you were like stuck on the couch, you know.
Nah, yeah, I always did stuff through a younger age. Played soccer, did all the basic sports, but then nothing really stuck. And then I just loved the idea of solo sport. So I used to like race motocross. Used to race like push bikes was like my thing for a bit, and then yeah, just got into that, and then yeah, just starting running just because I loved the solo journey, and then you find yourself in such a cool but lonely space, and it's incredible to dig deeper.
Yeah, it's like, and that's similar to Sean, isn't it? Because Sean was a strong footballer, um, Aussie rules, I think,
Yeah, yeah,
and then shifted from team sport into his running. So maybe it's that similar journey to you. And
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's just a new thing, and it's just yeah, it's been like like it's just crazy to see the growth. I think as well, just over the last what's it been, probably like 14 to 15 months of like consistent back to back weeks on running. You can just feel fitter and stronger, and you're just like, wow, like what a feeling. So
yeah, amazing. And yeah, Josh, you always talks about consistency, and I've started to follow some of his advice too, and custom decent of like, hey, like nothing much, like 40K weeks or whatever, so not huge at
oh,
all.
it's
But
a start.
the consistency is the thing, isn't it? And so when you arrived in for the Bali Hope Swim Run in December, you look really strong. You put together a great performance with Dylan in that. So
Yeah.
so you got into running a bit more through Josh last April, and
Yeah,
then you signed up for Bali Hope Ultra. Would have
it
been
would have
June,
been.
July.
Yeah, it would have been not too long after, really. So it was just kind of like a thing that, like, I don't know if you on my Instagram story the other day, I put a thing up, and in my journal notes back in April last year, I wrote 1 year from now, like Bali Hope Ultra. That was
Uh-huh.
like a goal that I had just for like 12 months sort of time where I want to see myself. And then yeah, I went through the notes the other day and just seen it, and I thought that's cool. Like yeah,
That's so good. That's so
yeah,
good, mate. That's so good. It's amazing, isn't it, when we write stuff down and things that might have seemed unrealistic, or a big stretch goal when at the time. That's amazing. That must be really nice to look back on. So you signed
yeah.
up for the ultra in June, July, I guess,
No, I think,
knowing Joshy a little bit. Then you got in touch with Jason DJ V&B Athletic. Is that right?
yeah. So I was talking to Sean, and I was just like, man, get me on your coach. Like I want to take this thing a bit more serious, especially if I'm going to do the ultra. Like the ultra's not like like a walk in the park sort of thing. You know, it's a big
Yeah.
deal. So I was like, I need some like professional advice. I need someone to go to. And then, yeah, I just messaged Sean one day when I got back from got back from Europe, and I was like, Jace, like, hook me up with the training schedule. And he goes, when do you want to start? And I said, you know, next week, tomorrow, sort of thing, whenever you can. And he just said, sweet. And I was like, when I got back from Europe, I was 12 or 13 weeks out from going to Bali Hope run swim event. So I didn't have much like running background or like a good structure before then, but like I had a solid, you know, 10 weeks of building before that. So that helped heaps. And that was so good. Like even in them 10 weeks, just feeling so fit in the run and just keeping up with, you know, Rosina and stuff, which is an absolute animal.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, like this bloke's worth my money and like the effort and time he's put into me. So it's just so crazy to feel and
Brilliant.
see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've watched lots of guys train with Jason DJ, and the results speak for themselves. And
yeah,
I'm just, they're actually both doing 24 hours this weekend.
I spoke to Sean the other day on the phone.
They definitely put their money where their mouth is, and
they're crazy.
and the training, but the training's not about huge volume, is it? It's tell me about their approach, because
their approach and Jason's approach was really good. So we kept things. So it was just always like, you know, 1 or 2 tempo sessions throughout the week, so get your heart rate going. And then his training was always just like lots of strength work, core work, and then we'd do like one long run on a Sunday, and then throughout the week you just do a few tempo sessions, and then lots of it was just like hills work. So like twice a week I would be just running up and down hills for like anywhere from, you know, 35 to 45, 50 minutes sort of thing. And that was just like prepping for the Bali Hope Ultra hill, obviously.
Yeah.
And then once we got some strength behind us, it was really cool. And then he started getting creative, and like, I like Jace because he kind of gives me he reminds me of like them old school Rocky movies. And it's just like, throw a sandbag on your shoulder, add some weights in the backpack, and just start like hiking up and down the hill. And that's like kind of what the sessions were like. You know, you'll spend 40 minutes with a sandbag on your shoulders plus some weights in your backpack. And he just said, find the steepest hill in your area and just walk up and down it for 45, 50 minutes. Brilliant. And that's just the training that I love doing. Like, that was the stuff that got you an excuse to go outside. It gave you an excuse to go and explore a new area in your local area that you might not have thought about, or it's just a good way to do something different other than just keep running the same routes. Like,
right,
you know, after work, you know, you want to go out, and then it's a good way to find new.
Yeah, I guess that's how people can burn out on their training. If they're doing too much of the same thing or too much running or the same route, you just kind of, I think people can tap out on just the boredom of it. But your program just seems kind of, I don't know, much kind of fun. And so
it was definitely a challenge, so it was good.
Wow. So so your training is obviously, sounds like you followed a very Jace's plan really consistently.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. It was just not to add or skip anything in there. It was just, you know, because like with an online, because he lives in Melbourne, he lives in Sydney, I'm in Adelaide. Mm-hmm. So it's just an online base. We'd talk to each other, we'd call each other. But other than that, it's just no cheating yourself. So like, he's not there to push you when you're feeling slack. He's not there to tell you got 5 more minutes. It's like, you know, you've done this to yourself. So you've got 5 more minutes of running, you do the 5 more minutes. Doesn't matter if you're already back home, you just make sure you go for another 5 more minutes sort of thing, or don't cheat out on your core work. Don't, you know, skip an exercise. It was just honest work, and Jace just had to trust you and you just have to trust him.
That's, and that's the hardest bit, isn't it? Because it's the training when you don't feel like it. And
exactly right.
You know, it's dark in the morning, and you have to go and hit your target for that day. So I know you a little bit, and you seem like a naturally kind of professional and kind of focused guy. But so I kind of project onto you that it all comes quite easily to you to follow this regime. I'm sure it's not, because we all have our mornings where we want to stay in bed, or we want to put our feet up and have a cold beer.
Definitely, yeah. I'm bad for that as well. So yeah, it was just more annoying. Like, I started seeing change in like myself with the running and the program, and it was just like, let's just keep doing this. Like, you know, I work, it's hard as well because I've seen a lot of blokes. Like, I don't like making excuses for myself, but like, seen a lot of blokes are like uni students, so you know they don't work full-time hours, and then you see them running at 10 a.m. in the morning. You're just like, I've got to come home and then still put the work in after, you know, an 8 to 10 hour day being physical, like as a carpenter, as a builder.
Yeah,
so
that's
you're just
right.
like,
You just started a new career as like doing a pretty skilled but physical job, like building houses
yeah,
and carpentry and stuff. So
yeah, exactly right.
it's hard after a day's work for you.
Oh, it was the worst. Sometimes I was like, what the hell? Like, this is just, but it's just a reward to do it after. You're just like, yeah, that was worth it. And that was, yeah, it's just what you signed up to and you just kind of had to do it, I guess. Even though there were some days where I'd go home from work and I'd sit down for an hour and then it'd be dark and I'm like, I've got to do this. I've got to do it. Like, just hurry up and go do it. As soon as it's done, as soon as you're back home, as soon as you can put your feet up and then get a good night's sleep in, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
you get that satisfaction from having done it. Hey, well, that's yeah. I mean, I struggle with, you know, I guess we all struggle with self-discipline and follow through, and you know, just hats off for all of those kind of post a hard day's work, come home, put your running shoes on, or do your core work. That's the bit that I've got a huge respect for, because
Yeah,
when
that's
no one's watching, it's you know.
yeah, exactly. That's what I like. I've seen a quote. It's like it's the hours you put in when no one can see it, sort of thing. So
Yeah.
I like
Wow.
that.
So how would you say? Have you had any changes in perspective since? I mean, you said Josh's program is, you know, like a bit of a shift for you, and any other? How's your last? How do you feel you developed over the last year? You know, have there been any other changes or?
Oh, it's just keeping promises to yourself, just saying like you wanted to do something, so you kind of do it, or just I don't know. Yeah, it's just crazy, like the running journey. It's just, I know that I used to be like a surfer a fair bit. I used to go out surf most weekends or whatever, go camping, football driving, and I just really changed my lifestyle to push it more like overseas traveling, plus as well as like becoming more of an athlete runner sort of lifestyle based, I guess you could say. So I missed out on a lot of stuff with like seeing old friends and stuff, but then I also made new and if not better friends through the running world and through meeting people in Adelaide and like Sean and everyone online and everyone that's doing great things through the running community, I guess. So, you know, it's been a journey, but yeah, it's been a good one. And yeah, I've missed out on some things because, you know, you're saving for the next overseas trip or the next running journey, but
Yeah,
it's all worth it when you know, you get there and you see the progress you put in.
Yeah, and it sounds like you've surrounded yourself with some really inspirational people, and you know, John, you're a pretty amazing guy too. So it's no surprise that you know you're hanging out with Sean and Joshy and those guys, because you know together you're a powerful unit. And
Yeah, they're good.
and then there's Alyssa and Jack and
yeah, exactly. And yeah, I met with them on the like Josh's session as well, so that's incredible. So me and Alyssa are really close mates, and yeah, she just puts in work all the time. She loves it all. She's training with Jace at the moment as well, so that's pretty cool.
Brilliant. Yeah. No, I'm really blown away by this young generation of you know, change makers, and your fundraising's been amazing because you've not only done this huge training and done both our events, but you've done both the fundraising. So that I find amazing, because fundraising is hard, and
that's almost like
also it's hard to go back to your network, you know, for more and more donations. But you've fundraised for 2 events, so you must be, you know, not only pretty committed and consistent, but you're obviously very popular because a lot of people want to help you.
I don't know where people. Yeah, I don't know where people keep getting their money from. I don't want to ask, but like, I tried to do. So I went to my old school, Tyndale Christian School, which they helped out lots. They did like a really big lump sum, so that kicked it off. And then I think in the last year when I launched, because I wasn't sure if I was going to do the run on the Wednesday because I was having a bit of like a few injuries. So I was like, I wasn't sure when the 85K was actually going to happen. And then, yeah, I think it was like 24 hours out before I was going to do it. I put it on social media, put it on Facebook and just Instagram and stuff like that. And then it was just like, we're doing a new thing in Bali and it's like $25 feeds a family, you know, for 1 month. And this is what we're trying to target. And then, yeah, 48 hours to 72 hours later, we've raised over like $2.5 grand.
Wow.
Just like,
that much?
Yeah,
didn't know it was that much.
Yeah. So it was so crazy. Like throughout the day, it just came through and through and through. And then I looked again, just before earlier, and then so it was just over, like $2,600 something was extra was put in like to my fundraising account.
That's so awesome. Such a good achievement. I remember when I did the run 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I think I went from 3 grand to 10 grand on the week of the run, and it was just. I think when people see you with your trainers on, they they go, wow, okay, this guy's really followed through and doing it. So that's amazing. That's really, really cool. Especially in this financial climate when so many people.
I know. It's so hard to ask for money and you don't want to say it. So it's just like saying like if you still have a job and you can afford it, then I can like just help out because you can.
No, I think you framed it really well. Because it's because some people are really suffering. So
you don't want to put pressure on them to do it, sort of thing. But
yeah. So so I definitely want to ask about the run. So which happened last Wednesday. It's now Tuesday. So you had it up your sleeve, but you did a kind of you're testing. You were just checking on some injuries before you picked a final date. Is that?
Yeah. So I was just running one day, and I was actually talking to Josh and another friend of mine, and I was just like, man, I want to do something big. Like, I've done the training, I've done the work. I just want to, put in the work and just like do a good run or do something cool for a good cause or something like that. And I was just sitting there thinking like, man, what can I do? Like, what's something that I can possibly do? And then I was just like, I just had a thought, and then I seen like the Bali Hope challenge, and I was like, boy, imagine if I could just do the 85K like in Adelaide in South Australia. And I was like, that'd be so sick. And then a few things got pushed around, so I wasn't sure on the date. And then 7 days out of the run, my feet, I was having this weird sharp pain in like my left bottom toe sort of area. And I was like, oh man, like, of course I'm going to get injured just before it. But I didn't want to put it out there on the world and say like, oh, I'm doing it and then pull out. So I just waited till last minute, went and seen a friend, got a good pair of shoes, changed things up a bit. And then, 24 hours out, I was like, yeah, it's definitely happening on Wednesday. Like it's going to happen. And then, just put the post out on Instagram, message a few friends, and then organized the crew. And then I was just like, look, it's happening on the Wednesday. So, stick to plan A. And then, I'll see 4 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Wow. So you put together, so your body was obviously in really good condition. You were mentally ready. You were kind of fine-tuning things, and then you put the crew together and you set out super early. What time did you start off last Wednesday?
Yeah, so I was up at 3, and then, I left my house at 4 a.m. on the dot. So
what was your break? Did you have like a final breakfast or?
So it was weird. I didn't really it's so weird. The week up to it, I slept really well and ate really well. And then the night before I slept awful because I must have just been thinking about everything. And then what did I have for breakfast? It wasn't even anything special. I didn't really feel like eating. It was weird. I almost felt sick that I was nervous, but also really confident. And then like had a really good crew behind me. So that made everything like a lot easier.
So I think
I did like oats, bananas, and then, just granola on top, and that was what we.
Like a good. So nothing crazy, and then and how did you work with your crew? How did you set your crew up? How were they?
So it was really good. So I kind of set up like mini roadblocks on where we would meet, and the first 45K were pretty organized. So it was from my house to the coastline, which was 20 Ks. Had the crew there, and then from there it was like roughly every 10 to 5K intervals. They were meeting me at different car parks along the coast, and then they'll just swap me out, salt tablets, Cliff bars, watermelon, potatoes, whatever I was feeling, Gatorade, Coke, whatever I was feeling, they were just on tap and they were just ready to give it to me, whatever I needed. So it worked out like really perfect with everything, how that went. So it couldn't really go for like fuel stops and stuff. It couldn't really go any smoother, really. It was really good. Like we had a good plan, and there was a few times I got a little bit lost because like on the coastline you're going straight along it, and then there'd be a beach, so you'd have to detour back through like this industrial area. And there was a few dark times when I was like by myself for longer than I thought, and I was like, where am I? How do I get out of here? Like it was really crazy.
It's weird what the mind can do when you're getting physically tired, and the some of us go to funny places.
Exactly. You start thinking weird things, or you just start looking at stuff, and you're just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I remember finding it really hard. I was looking at my speed I was going, and I just couldn't. figure out what my speed meant in terms of how many kilometers an hour I was doing, and just kind of just getting my maths started getting badly. It's like, yeah, so it's weird. Wow. So the first 45K sounds like it went pretty much exactly to plan, and then you get into the harder yards, the second marathon.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. So I had a crew with me until up to 45K mark. I had two friends running with me from like 30 to 45 for like 15K, which was pretty good. And then after that, I was like solo for the rest of it, plus like meeting the crew every 5 or 10, like whenever I seen them. But yeah, it was super strange. Like I was probably 45, 50 in, and my left hip was just super sore and just started like, I don't know, it's like it was pulling on something, or the muscle was doing something. And it was just awful to step on. So like I was almost at a waddle pace, and I knew like it wasn't a race. So I knew that I didn't want to completely ruin myself. Like I knew it was just a personal goal that I said to myself I wanted to do. So I was like, don't push it. Don't do anything stupid. Like just ease it off and just, continue to jog, continue to walk, continue to stretch it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much about push through the pain and just get done as fast as I can. It was just more like, let's just see what we can do and just ease through the pain and ease through the situation.
Totally right. And so was that injury a real surprise, or was it an old one that came back?
Yeah, it was so weird. Yeah, so I was expecting like my big toe to be like so sore. I've had previous knee injuries, so I thought that might have came back, and then this left hip just popped up, and I was like where are you from? Like, what the hell? Yeah,
that's strange.
Yeah, it was super weird, but
hey, yeah, I mean this is your first ultra, right?
So yeah, that was the first, longest I've ever done in a consistent.
So I get, yeah. Well, look, I mean, you came to the finish line. I guess some kind of niggle is part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never actually spoke to Sean Bell about the detail of his run last year when he killed the 84K in Bali.
Yeah, I remember talking to him a few days after, and he said he didn't walk or run like for a solid week after. Like he was just in pain because Sean completely obviously sent it, and
he just must have redlined it for
the whole time
because he was so fast. And I think I saw him on some of the hill. I'm not sure if he ran the whole hill, but he probably did.
Yeah,
and I saw him his last kind of 5-10K. I was on a bike with him, and he was just running faster than I can run. I can sprint basically.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
So it was pretty crazy to watch. But wow. So you got this hip thing. You managed that pretty effectively, and then the last and you were finishing. Were you finishing at? No, you weren't finishing at home, were you? Like
no, so I just had a point A to B. Point A to B sort of run, I guess. Yeah. So I just finished somewhere up the coastline, and then it worked out really well. So I came to a dead end street on my run, and I had like 300 meters to go. So I just ran up and back a few times, and then like it worked out so perfect for what happened, because it was a quiet dead end street. Like it wasn't a main road. It just ended really nicely on a grass patch, and I was just like, oh, perfect.
Got it. So you had some friends and family there.
Yeah, I had a good crew. So I had Alyssa came up with her 2 friends, and then had some other friends that are like living with at the moment, and then I had another close friend that was like doing the nutrition and stuff for me. So had a good crew, and then Mum came through it she was around from like 30 to 40, 50K mark, and then she had to shoot off back home to work and stuff. So no, it was a really good day. It worked out.
You had one very proud mother at the end. So
Mum was happy.
That was very cool. Very cool. Wow. So I saw the photo of you doubled over, like almost kind of kissing the ground. Although I'm sure you won't, but finish line moments.
Yeah, finish line moments good. It's just knowing you just hit your goal. So the goal was just 85Ks, and it was just like it's just doing something that you said for so long. It wasn't like it was just a big build up to the situation. You're just like, I'm doing this no matter what happens, and then the feeling of actually doing what you said you were going to do is almost like the more of the reward than actually doing the run, I guess. Like just telling everyone what's going on and then just doing it is just that's the stuff that I love. That's the cool stuff.
So what do you think? I mean, obviously, we'll be in Bali at some point.
I hope so.
Looking maybe like 2021 now, but but we'll see
Yeah,
the
definitely.
final dates. But are you? So I'm excited to see some of the team take on the run in Bali, having already
Yeah.
maybe done their ultra, because their sense of possibility. You've already reframed your sense of possibility by doing this. So how are you seeing? What are you seeing next in terms of your running or other kind of possibilities? Have you got new goals now, or how are you?
Not so much. Yeah, so the next goal would just be once we have a date for actually Bali Hope Ultra, like when things go back, like we said, probably 2021.
Yeah.
That'll be the next big goal, I guess, is to get that under the belt and put in a good effort, I guess. But other than that, it's just now just be like staying consistently fit, and then putting in the miles each week. So that's kind of because like when I was during the run, I was just like, nah, after this, I'm going to have a break for a month. I'm going to go on my push bike. I'm going to just stop, relax, go surf again.
Yeah.
Just real chill out.
Yeah,
and then after I finished the race, I was just like, no way. Like, this shit's too cool. Like, imagine what I can do, in a year's time if I can, like, keep up this consistency. I was just like, the possibilities are endless. Like, let's just keep putting in the work. Like, it was just too fun. It was like,
that's nice.
I feel good now. So imagine, like, this putting in, another week's, another year's, another 12 months under your belt, and you just be like, whoa, like, you can just keep getting fitter and fitter.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's great. Yeah. That's really good. So are you going to take the month off? Or you're going to take some time out to do surfing and just?
So I think I'll take a bit of maybe like a week or 2 weeks off, just to maybe off the legs, and then I'll probably just go like ride push bikes.
Yeah.
And just stick on the bike for a bit or something like that. Just do something different to mix it up mentally.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I did my goal on what I wanted to do, so now it's just run for fun.
Yeah, you got to decompress. You got to decompress a little bit after.
Yeah, exactly. Get back to the roots and why you started running in the first place.
Yeah. Enjoy that. And hey, and you've been doing the last couple of months of training during this lockdown experience. So, just going off the subject a little bit, how's lockdown been?
Oh, it's been crazy. Like, I think South Australia, where I am, has been like named the safest country or safest place to live at the moment. Like, it was so weird today. Actually, we got our first confirmed positive case in like, I think it was 19 days. So before that 19 days, it was like another 11 days. So South Australia has been pretty sweet for lockdown. Training wise, I've been working away a fair bit. So I've always trained by myself, like the last couple of months. So it's nothing new for me just to be running, solo or just putting in the podcast and music and stuff. So
yeah, right. So it hasn't been such a massive thing going on over there. It's weird, isn't it? Because it's hard to know what it's like in different parts of the world, and it seems like a funny mixture of kind of normality and some elements that are quite positive, like there's less traffic and it's more chilled out, but other elements that are more challenging. So
yeah, exactly.
Wow. So wow, Johnny. So I just again want to congratulate you on what you've achieved. And thank you for everything you've done fundraising wise. You and your community made a massive impact with your fundraising. Clearly the ripples of what you've done, like helping other people reframe what's possible for them, will have been huge, and you would have impacted people that you don't even know about. So that's very, very cool. And you've just been a brilliant part of the Bali Hope project, the last 12 months. So super grateful. And you're going to help us host the Bali Hope Challenge this weekend.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I'll put my name down on a few slots, and we'll be there.
That'll be amazing. Cool. It should be fun. I mean, we've got people from all around the world doing it, and just be fun to as a group. Again, we've got some of the other year groups joining, and actually some people are doing their challenge after Saturday, like Marg, Barry actually doing something in June, and Rosanna's doing her swim in June. So exactly. But Saturday should be fun. So just massive thanks and to all your community of donors. Are you any other kind of passing? Hey, I've also got to thank Josh for putting you and Alyssa and all these incredible people in touch with Bali Hope. So watching, Josh, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope to see you back in Bali one day too, Josh.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get
But
in there.
yeah, John, any closing thoughts or?
No, pretty sweet. Yeah, it was just, thank you, Tom, for what you've done. You're behind the scenes, you're putting in the work. So, no, it's thanks to you and Bali Hope and, Margaret and stuff like that. So it's hats off to you guys for doing the stuff behind the scenes. And then while we're out here just, doing the best we can. And without you guys, events like these don't happen. So it's pretty humbling to see, and it's inspiring to see as well that you're making change and you're doing something different. So it's good.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it's a funny project to have started because it's I've just met so many amazing people through it, and that's definitely been the blessing is being part of connecting all these amazing people has been a real privilege. So yeah, I just can't wait till we get the 2020 team back to Bali. I just sense that it feels like we've all got to know each other quite well.
Yeah, I know. We're
everyone feels they know each other, but very few of us actually met. So
yeah, all right. When we do meet, it'll just be like one big family.
Yeah, when we get together next year, it will be a special week. So,
it will be,
or whatever it is. Hope I think very latest it'll be May next year, but maybe sooner. We'll just try and figure it out. But yeah, mate. Look, thanks a lot, and I'll see you Saturday. And
yes, you will.
Enjoy a nice bike ride in the meantime.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Cool. Cheers, John.